So the last construction that we're doing today is to construct a triangle that is dilated by a scale factor of 1/4. Now this problem does not tell us what the center of the dilation should be. So I'm going to choose my own center since it doesn't say. So I'm going to choose Q to be the center of my dilation. And technically you could have chosen any of the vertices of the triangle to be the center of dilation, but I chose Q. So to dilate this by a scale factor of 1/4, what we need to do is bring each of the points towards Q so that they are 1/4 of the distance they currently are from Q. So to do that, what we're going to do is find the halfway point, and then we're going to take half of that halfway point, and that will bring the point, like in this case, point R, to be 1/4 of the distance from Q that it currently is. So that just requires us to do a number of perpendicular bisector constructions. So that's what we will do. We'll start off with the first perpendicular bisector of QR. And like the last construction that we did where we dilated by a scale factor of 1/2, I did not draw the perpendicular bisector in. Now I'm using another ruler because the arcs were too big for my compass. But I'm lining that up and I'm putting a little point there to show that that's the halfway point from Q to R. Now, if I'm doing a scale factor of 1/4, that means point R needs to get closer to Q so that it's 1/4 of the distance away from Q. So I need to find the middle of this, the midpoint of this little line segment here. So I'm going to do another perpendicular bisector construction just to this one section right here. And again, I'm just going to line this up so that I can find that midpoint. And then this point that I just found is R prime. I need to do the same thing to point P. So I'm going to find the midpoint of PQ. And I'm going to change colors here so that it's easier to see the arcs. And once I have found the midpoint of this line segment, I will do the same thing I did for the last one, and I will find the midpoint of the section that's closer to Q, so that way the new point will be 1/4 of the distance from Q. So I have found this point here. This point is P prime. And so now all I need to do is line up P prime and R prime. And I have constructed a triangle that is 1/4 of the size of the original triangle. Now, just to note here, if this said 3/4, I would have bisected this section and this section, found the midpoints of those, and then connected those, and I would have created a triangle that was 3/4 the size of the original one. But since this said 1/4, I found the halfway point between the section that was closer to Q, because it had to be 1/4 of the size of the original.